All right, let me go ahead and say this from the start. This episode is for the women. I'm talking directly to us because it's our bodies, our wombs, our sexuality that has been misunderstood, twisted, and controlled for way too long. But men, if you're listening, don't you dare go anywhere. You need this just as much. Understanding this helps you show up better in your relationships, in your parenting, in your partnerships. So yes, I'm talking to the women, but fellas, pull up a chair.
This is practically mindful shit. Loving myself while I'm losing it. Messing on. Oh, this is practically mindful shit. Present moment with a little twist. Having a ball.
Your sexuality is not an offering. Your womb is not a bargaining chip. And your sexual organ, it's not a weapon. It's not a duty. It's not proof of your worth. But for too long, women have been convinced otherwise. For the single woman, the message is loud and clear. Your power is in your sexuality. This is what makes you different, what makes you valuable, what makes you somebody. And so you give it away, thinking you're proving something, thinking this is what makes you great. It's like walking around with a credit card you didn't even apply for, swiping it over and over, thinking it's buying you love, success, attention. But nobody tells you the interest rate. Nobody tells you the bill that comes in later. For the married woman, though, the message takes another turn. This is your duty. This is what you owe your husband. This is how you keep your home together, how you keep your worth in place. And it doesn't matter how you feel about it. That's like working a job you never applied for, clocking in every day with no days off, no benefits, no recognition, just the expectation that you'll keep showing up. And all of this, it's coming from the same root, from voices that act like they know better, voices that wrap it up in good girl talk, holy women talk, and this is what's required of you. But let me tell you, God would never say that. Here's this beautiful, sacred gift. Now prove your worth by giving it away. Never. And when I talk about the womb, let me be clear. I'm not just talking about what happens inside your body. I'm also talking about the sacred passage itself, the sexual organ, the place where life enters and life emerges. That part of you has been reduced to ugly names, mocked, shamed, treated like it's something to be conquered or claimed. But the truth is, it is holy. It is not dirty. It is not something to be owned, controlled, or laughed at. When sexuality is twisted into power or imposed as duty, it's not just the womb that suffers, it's the whole design. The womb and the organ together, the full temple of creation. And here's where it gets real. When we believe those stories, when we live by them, it doesn't just sit in our heads, it gets stored in our wombs. That's why you see it show up as painful cycles, as endometriosis, as hysterectomies, as fertility struggles that leave women brokenhearted. That's why so many of us carry emotional weight we can't explain, heaviness that doesn't lift, confusion that keeps us stuck. Because our wombs, and yes, our vaginas, are holding on to what our hearts were afraid to challenge. But here's the shift. Sacred sexuality isn't about performance. It isn't about power games or obligation. It's about wholeness. It's about being connected to yourself so deeply that your sexuality flows from joy, from presence, from love, not from pressure, not from shame. Sacred sexuality says, this body, this pleasure, this womb, this vagina are all mine first. It says, I get to decide what I share, how I share it, and if I share it at all. And here's the beauty. When a woman is empowered in her sexuality, when she knows it's hers and she's free in it, she can choose to give it. And when she does, it's not out of obligation or fear. It's a gift. Because when you give freely of yourself, it carries a different energy. It nourishes, it blesses. It's not draining, it's overflowing. That's the difference. One is control, expectation, transaction. The other is freedom, generosity, sacred choice. That's what sacred sexuality looks like. That's what it feels like. So let me leave you with this. Your womb doesn't exist to prove anything to anybody. Your vagina doesn't exist to be mocked, measured, or controlled. Neither exists to buy love, to hold a marriage together, or to prove your worth. They are sacred. They are powerful, and they are yours. And if that truth stirs something in you, if it makes you uncomfortable, or if it makes you feel seen, then stay with me. Because this conversation, it's not the end, it's the beginning. We're going deeper into what it means to heal the womb, to release what's been trapped for generations, and to finally reclaim what was always ours. That's it for today's P.M.S. episode. I'm Stacey, because really, mindfulness shows up in the everyday, the small, simple things that end up being the most profound. Until next time, pour it, sip it, breathe it, live it.
That's how we do it. Pour it, sip it, breathe it, live it.